Good evening, everybody. Spider from Crescendo Games here. I'm just currently starting things up for the Dragon's Fire, Book 3, Chapter 3. We are, we might be experimenting a bit today, folks. Um, Life has not exactly been easy on everybody in my little group. Um, there's been a lot of illnesses, a lot of downed internet lines, just a, just a lot of stuff. So, I'm not sure who is going to be here today, simply because they may not be able to show up. We'll find out. Um, However, fear not. I have decided to soldier on. Um, so that's currently what we're up to. Now, if there are no players tonight, what the heck am I doing on? I've been kind of sparse lately. Um, there's been a lot of family emergencies. There's been, unfortunately, more than a few other things that have come up. Really, not a whole lot to be done about it. So, but tonight it was like, I'm up. I'm not sure what everyone else is doing at the moment, but pretty sure that everyone is having some form of a terrible time or another, at least in my little neck of the woods. So, we are going to try something tonight that I've never done before, assuming, of course, that my players don't show up, which they might not. So, if we're going to talk for a few minutes, and if by, I don't know, it's 10:01 right now, if no one's on by 10:10, we're going to try something and we're going to have fun doing it. Um, so I have my phone up here in case somebody, in case somebody says something. But anyway, so develop for the moment, we'll give a few updates. The development of Crescendo is going well. Again, it had to take a bit of a pause. Just again, family emergencies, a couple of other things. Um, but I'm back at it and just tweaking little. It's mostly just tweaking of the text at this point to make it more presentable, tighter. I have a very merciless standard that I apply to myself when it comes to writing this text. I am well aware that most of the time when someone comes up with a completely new concept like I have, it's generally not written too well. And I am trying to not have it be that. I'm trying to have it be a good, have it be a well written text, or at least better written than a lot of this sort of thing usually is. So, like the other day, I went and fixed up one of the tables in the Defy section, which changes the game. It's very small. It's a very small block of text, but I think I spent a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours just running. God help me, running math and statistics and things that I'm personally not very good at, but they're necessary to make this part of the game work. So I had to sit down and really crunch it out and figure out what I wanted to do with it. There's a couple of other things I'm considering. Um, Once the game's text has been deemed by other people as being viable, we're gonna slap a whole bunch of art in it. A whole bunch of like open source art or whatever. Um, and then we're just gonna put it out as a basic edition. Start getting and then just start seeing what people do with it. At some point, we'll have enough money to hire an artist, and by that point in time, I may have gotten back more into art myself, and so we're getting there. We're getting there. It's just one of those things. I'm married with 4 kids. I come home, and that's my life. That's what I do. Um, so that's how that's going. I'm currently working with Ross of Mythic Mountains um, on helping him put a setting together for Crescendo. And that's something I can talk about very happily for the next 5 minutes until we find out that nobody is coming. Um, so one of the things that isn't in the text, and I'm not sure how to put it into the text yet, and if people come back to this later, and once they kind of hear out my plans, they can tell me what they think of this as far as implementing it. Crescendo is not meant to be played completely raw for long. It's not actually intended to be a rules as written game for a terribly long amount of time. It's actually meant to be it's actually meant to be modified quite heavily. If not right out the gate, it's definitely meant to be modified as you go along. So it's meant the rules are light in the correct places that make it a very, very very easy to modify sort of experience. You just have to know how to do it, really. That's really the only thing really stopping for anybody. So one of the things that I'm working on, or actually three of the things I'm working on right now, is, I'm kind of going back and forth between things. I'm working on making setting expansions to the core rulebook, so that way people can see how flexible this game really is. So at the moment, I've got 3 settings in the works. One of them is my own home setting, Haranit, which is more or less just me saying this is how I use the rules. Like these are the modifications I make to the core. These are the things I add. I add a lot. In very weird and random spots, like my home game runs on 1-to-1 time. So there's however much time happens in the game world happens in the real world, and vice versa. There's a Psalms mechanic that I am just putting together. There's custom magic. There's a whole bunch of different races. If you'll notice, the core rulebook only has the one race, and that's assumed to be humans. It's whatever mortal, whatever mortal natural state is, right? But in Harani, there's 8 races in total. And I'm statting them all out. They're very different from the baseline. There's a lot of weird, kooky things about each of them. They're not really balanced against each other, and they're not going to be. There's also a full calendar system in there, along with astrology, because I think that kind of thing is interesting, and it kind of fits in with the weird science Gene Wolfe thing that I've got going in that science fantasy setting. So there's Harani, which is this really, really off-the-wall science fantasy. It's weird fantasy. It's a whole bunch of things put together. And I'm starting to develop 2 other settings as well. One of them is called Round 3, which is me essentially taking a pastiche of Mortal Kombat and other odd gonzo kitchen sink approaches to gaming, to the whole martial arts genre, and throwing it in to Crescendo. And that involves building, and that involves a duel mechanic. So there's like a fight. There's actually like a one-on-one fight mechanic that's in Round 3, and it's very specific to that game. And I'm gonna tweak the rules to where you have to go do these fights to be able to get your fate points, as long as you're acting on a belief. So I'm starting to look into that. I'm starting to look into like how to leverage kind of the gonzo kitchen sink aesthetics of Mortal Kombat, and putting it into a mythic character growth game. I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really hoping that everybody else really enjoys it when they see it, and then they can see, because Harani will be a lot of stuff around the core, right? Like a lot of the core mechanics are still in there. There's this calendar, and there's all these little like things that sort of slot around the game. Round 3 is going to fundamentally rewrite some aspects of the game. and it's going to change what the game is about while still keeping it crescendo. And that's something that I want people to look at in my game, and I want them to see that they can do that and that they should do that. I don't want people sitting around and arguing about my intent but behind making the core rulebook. Let's just be very clear. The core is meant to be kit bashed. It's meant to be kind of ripped apart and put back together and put into these weird Frankenstein things. And as long as it's some form of mythic character development, I don't really care. And I'm not going to care. This is, first of all, I can't copyright the mechanics anyway. So it's not like I can afford to care. Anyway, that's a whole different rant. It's a whole different kettle of fish, right? But the third setting I'm working on is called The Land of the Ogres. And that is going to be an Arthurian setting where the beliefs and scruples mechanics are merged, and beliefs are a little bit more standardized. Roos says he's coming on, so we may actually get someone in a second. And if it's him, we're going to bring King Melny to task. So waiting for him. We'll see how that goes. Let's see if there's something wrong here with... hopefully you can get into the stream. I'm messaging him right now on Discord as I'm doing this. So I don't think we're going to be trying out our thing then. But we will continue a little bit more on the rant and see if Jesse's able to show up. If not, we'll just go into our experiment. We'll see. Oh, here he is. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, that was kind of retarded.
What happened, man?
It kept saying that I had no internet, even though I have internet connection. And then it said I was blocked because I had no settings on, but then I went to the settings and the settings were on. So I don't know what was happening.
I mean, this sounds like networking. I mean, networking is evil. It just is.
It sounds like this platform is owned by the French.
Don't be that nice. But
I don't like the French.
I know. I'm still telling you, you're being too nice to it, dude. Still being nice about it. Come on, frickin' French.
So, Asha showing up?
I don't think so. I think it's just you and me. And if that's all right with you, we can play for a little while, do a little bit of crescendo, and then cut. How's that sound?
It's up to you.
I mean, I'm game. It's been way too long. I don't know where Tasha is. It's kind of, I don't know. It's been a really, really, really weird month as far as that's concerned. I'm just kind of popping into our chat and seeing if we can get her. It's been a really, really bad month for gaming and crescendo games. It's not been a good month, but what can you do? Yeah, we need our rolls all right. All right, so for the moment, here's what we'll do. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, so another thing that we've been doing, audience, this is something I need to catch up on actually. We've been doing in between bits of story. So since the last time we gamed about a month ago, a bunch of crap has happened. Like for instance, an entire human empire has decided to step up and help out with the perpetual seeming generation of undead. They just kind of showed up. So Bruce, you should be very worried because it's the Argenti and they're not very happy with the fact that, you killed a bunch of them.
Tomato. They're fine.
Tomato.
Yes.
What?
Tomato. You say killed, I say liberated.
Liberated. No.
Yeah.
You shut the doors. You shut the gates of your city. while the dragon burned them all to death.
Yeah, okay, and
Define tomato. How is that a tomato situation? Where is and how is that liberating? If anything, you were no. Cut that out.
I'm just saying, it's like what you said earlier. I told you I already have a plan. I can fix them. Trust me, everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Whatever you say. Yeah, cool. However, in the previous session, you guys had to go underground because there's a whole bunch of fighting. You got captured by minotaurs, and now you're underground, and they have decided to not kill you. Mostly because of Alistair, really, because he's actually helping out a lot with all the crap they're going through. So grab your journal. Let's hit the books, see what random thing starts up your little adventure, and let's go. Just grab a random passage from your journal. Let's see what I got. I got Ardor's supporters bring out solidified flame and use it to cow the insurrectionists. What do you got? Jesse? Hello? Did you?
Yeah, hang on. I had to go to my journal. It's on this.
Oh, okay.
I got repeat the phrase to the dark bitch. I think I took that one pretty quick. I think it was supposed to be something I rewrote. And I kind of camera disconnected. I was like, yeah, I killed the session.
You are
camera disconnected.
You are easily the most poetic of our players. You know that easily.
I know. Oh, you should read some of the other stuff I've written, just because I was like in a hurry trying to pay attention to the rest of the setting.
Nope, I'm good.
There was the most infamous one I know of that I have never gotten, which is funny. That one time when that chick showed up, like with the sharp teeth and the like long claws, she was in the wedding dress or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I said, I said, we need to impale the French bitch. I don't know
it's
why.
A crime that hasn't shown up. That's a crime. You should feel bad. That's your fault. It's your fault. I don't know how.
I don't like it.
All right. So my interpretation of those 2 bullet points is that so remember the Queenslings that we were talking about, the I Can Fix Her? They came in and they were making trouble just a few days ago. One of them, you guys missed one, and she's now got like 6 or 7 Minotaur thralls that y'all weren't tracking, and she's starting to carve into the city because she can do that. So yep.
In the words of Skeletor, yeah, just like a woman.
That's all right. She'll just suck the heat out of everything.
Just like a woman.
A stray queen has turned 7. I said 6 or 7. We'll say 6. Has turned 6 Minotaurs and is attacking the Minotaur city. They don't actually name their cities. Just for the record, they don't care about that. Because to them, it's all the Undermaze. It's all like the same thing to them. So like you see like something that, you know, looks like a distinctive city, but they don't have a name for it. They just don't. They just don't think of it that way. So anyway, so that's what we got there. Um, so that's our opening. That's our opening scenario. Queensling that you guys thought had been gotten rid of from the recent attack is you guys missed her, and now she's got like six. Now she's got six Minotaurs that are undead and in her thrall, and you're right there as they attack and they start cutting into people, and she's going and she's making more thralls. So what's your goal for the session, Jesse?
I can fix her. Just give me a second.
I can fix.
Sorry. I'm not actually gonna plan that. You should know that. I'm not that stupid.
I was looking forward
I'm
to
not that stupid,
thrall.
Nathan.
I was looking forward
I'm
to
not
this.
You know what that would look like? That whole section would literally look like, okay, you try to fix her, yeah, you're dead. Okay, we're starting over.
I mean,
I know
yes,
how to go.
this is actually very, very, very like fair. This is extremely fair. Let's see what the heck's going on with it. I guess I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. She's not on. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh well, not much to be done about it. Okay, so what's your actual goal for the session then? Besides, I can fix her.
Honestly, my actual goal for that would be because trying to fight her or anything like that is just going to be suicide.
Well, she swallows up heat. If you've ever, so she's attracted to heat, to like body heat, or like actual like it's not fire. She's not attracted to fire. She's attracted to body heat. And so a lot of the time they will, a lot of the time, but she can be cut. So one of the things you would have figured out, you can take note of this. So this may help you with the goal. She herself is actually very fragile. She's very, very easy to cut, but you have to actually but she's almost invisible in the darkness. So she's slightly darker than the darkness around her, but that's still pretty darn dark. It's still difficult to figure out, So you do know that if you're able to close, and if you're actually able to get next to her, it's not that bad of a fight. I mean, she's fast. She's probably faster than you are. But it's not impossible to kill her. It's just difficult. Her the circumstances for killing her require numbers, and they require someone to be bait. So that way you can get someone to come in and deliver the killing blow. But she's already got 6 big Minotaurs who are all undead and who are all very, very, very faithful to her. So you're going to have to figure that out. So what's your goal? What's your...
Where are my friends when I need them? I need bait.
And that was using recorded. I don't even have. You can't even defend yourself later on that one. You can't even do that.
Why would I try to defend myself? Mounty is an evil motherfucker. I thought about it the other day. I was going to tell you this. If Mounty ever gets hurt in the face, I want to have nothing but a skull. I'm going to be Skeletor. Because screw it. Why not?
Awesome. So what are you doing? Since you can't use your friends as bait, what are you doing instead?
Is there anything else around me that I could use as bait?
I mean, there's other Minotaurs. You've got a super powerful sword that they've decided you get to keep using because you haven't disgraced the sword. So you've got. It's just a question of getting them to do for you.
It's just an option.
Well, tell
The
me what you're going
sword.
to do. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think here. What I would do. I would tell the other Minotaurs, and I would give them a speech, whatever I need to do, to tell them that if they can distract them long enough and keep the Minotaurs off of them, and I can actually get to her, I'm going to take her out. That will free their brethren from the undead thrall, and I can go and get rid of another problem that's already in the making right
All right.
now. And
Well,
technically, I can't. And technically, I can't fix her. She could break me, but I can't fix her.
All right. So, how do you propose? All right. So you start giving the speech. Oh. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? What the heck? Man, that happened right on the stream. That's hilarious. Well, we'll see what what just happened there. Must have lost connection. Oh, there he is again. There he is. Just when it was getting good. What the fuck? Uh-oh. I'm not muting you, dude.
No, I know. No, I wasn't speaking.
Okay. Okay.
Because I was on Discord to explain, like, I literally was here about to say something, and then I just heard beep beep, and it's like, yeah, it went wrong. So I don't know why this thing hates me today.
I don't know. I'm just grateful to be playing. Okay, so you start giving your speech. Abandoned my past, must put aside my foot when I became king. I in order to win the game. Okay, so what you got? You give this speech, and saying I can get in there, right? Like, you just need to let me. You just need to let me get in. The Minotaurs are like, they kind of grumble about it a little bit. So let's make a deal, because you're technically within your belief. You are within your beliefs. So I should say yes. But like, they trust Alistair. Alistair's been up in front with them every single second. And you've been kind of sitting back and you've been kind of cagey. So they're not like, they're not your biggest fans.
Completely understandable. The only reason I'm even suggesting this is simply because I want to try and get rid of that, because even your kind does not deserve to be undead thralls to whatever that is.
Sure, and they get that. But I'm
Totally. Wink.
Well, yeah, they're not stupid either. Finally, I think what it'll be is that they answer you in a very threat. So I will let you have it if you will agree to level 1 fear.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So what they do to this proposal is they say, if one of them particularly says, what you're saying makes sense, you're smaller than us, you're able to get in ways that we can't, but if we think that you are doing anything to deliberately hurt our people in this, we'll just kill you.
I just turn around, and even though I'm suffering from the fear, I'm going to tap the cod piece. You have my word, I am not doing this to harm you.
Oh my god, that cod piece. I'm never gonna be allowed to forget about it. Every time I forget about it, you remind me. Thanks for that. Thanks so much.
That's why I want to be Skeletor with a werewolf cod piece with a ruby sword. That's just bad. If you're wondering why I keep bringing him up, I'm just excited for the movie.
Oh wow! So for everyone else who wonders where Cal might be, he would join. His internet is out, and he just messaged us saying that he'd love to join through mobile, but apparently the Aussie satellite network is so bad he can't even watch ads on YouTube. So that kills that. In case anyone is wondering, because I sure was. Okay, so the way that this works, the undermaze is the Minotaurs didn't carve it. The Minotaurs found it and they expanded it. So you can tell the spots where they've carved and the spots where they haven't, all that. There's a specific spot inside of the city that they carved out that's a little bit bigger. They think the Queensling is there, along with because there's like two of the thralls there, currently beating people up and doing stuff. How do you want them to approach? Like they're asking you, like the Minotaurs are asking you, okay, if you're going to get in, what do we need to do to be able to have this happen?
I need you to make sure you distract each Minotaur thrall. I want you to do your best not to destroy them, however, because I do want to give them, I don't know if your people have a proper burial ceremony, but I wish to free them from the undead thrallage. If you could distract the really big heavy hitters and possibly even lure away some of the smaller ones, I could possibly sneak around and try and make the strike count. It's only going to count if I do it once. She's very fast.
They nod. We noticed. Quick question, so that way I can map this out better as we're going. What are your 3 highest skills, and what are they at?
Hang on.
This is relevant. I just need to know what they are.
That'd be brawny, agile, and cunning. They're each at a D6, if I believe correctly.
Those are your stats. Look inside of your like.
Yeah, wait, what did you say? Because I thought you said stats.
Oh no, skills. I hope I
skills.
said skills. I meant skills. Promise you, I meant skills. Yeah, Tasha's just gone. I don't know what the heck happened. It's weird.
That'd be my sword, which is a D8. Is that correct? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the right.
Sword D8.
Sword, demonology, and tactics. Sword is at D8. Demonology and tactics are both at D6.
How is your stuff so low?
I probably just never fucking like updated them when I was supposed to, because I thought I did, but I might not have. I might have updated something else by accident. Because I think what I did was doing the skills, like you said. I think I did the traits or whatever the hell they were that I just named. I think I increased those, but I never increased the other ones by accident.
Okay. All right. We'll figure that out later. All right. So.
Yeah, that's what I did, because 2 of the ones that I just mentioned on that list, the wrong list I gave you, 2 of them are like at a fucking, I think like D8 or D10. So I think that's where it went by accident.
Yeah, lower each of those by like a step, or well, we can figure that out later. We can figure out what you did later. All right.
During one session.
Huh?
I said, I think I got confused during one session, mostly because I haven't had to use them in so long, because I've just been kind of betraying everybody.
Right. Yeah. So we've got so you notice as you guys are walking up, the thralls are very, very, very clumsy. They are not agile creatures. It doesn't take much for them for you to get around them. You almost don't need your Minotaur compatriots at all. You almost don't. It almost doesn't take anything because they're slow, they're lumbering. However, you do notice that I don't know, something about it sticks out at you because I mean your tactics is at a D6, so like because it's at a D6, it's higher than average. So something about the situation is you're starting to get is you're kind of very easily getting around them. Doesn't strike you quite as right. There's only 2 here. You've heard of there being 6, but there's only 2 here. And they're not like, if the Queensling is here, you don't see her. Your demonology is kind of giving you a hint that like something doesn't quite feel right with the situation. You're above average in demonology. You know that what Queenslings are actually like you've studied these creatures before. You know of them to a degree, and they normally travel with all of their horde. Like when they start getting their their cohort of thralls, they don't split them. Like normally it's all of the thralls for one Queensling are with the Queensling. But there's only 2 here. And you know there's 6. Everybody has been talking about there being 6. So there's only 2. So something isn't
God. Oh god, this isn't the only one down here. Crap.
That's a pretty good conclusion. However, everybody was pretty darn certain they'd gotten rid of all of them. So if there's more than, so it's already a surprise that there's 1. It's already a surprise.
I figured, but to be fair, almost everyone else is dead. So
all right. Fair.
And I think I killed most of them.
So what do you do at this point? Because
when I
you're pretty certain.
I was going to say, when I kind of registered that, I think about it, and I like pinch the bridge of my nose, and I just go, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, it ain't good. How are you looking?
I just think to myself, well, my other plan of running away and letting them all die isn't going to work.
Yeah, run into the undermaze by yourself, dude. That's a fantastic idea. We'll find
I survived some really fucked up things.
With help.
Yeah.
The undermaze is a bit of a different thing. It's a little different.
Most of the help is dead. I'll admit, most of the help is dead.
Right.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have done that, but
no.
Like I said, 4D chess. I just don't know how to play chess.
You don't even know how to play checkers.
Exactly. And it's worked out so far, technically.
All right.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're down here. You're realizing there's probably more than one because they don't split up. They don't split up like the thralls don't split up, which means that there's probably at least two, at least from what you can tell. So how are you looking? You with your demonology skill, and these would count under demonology. How would you look? How are you trying to find her?
Well, if I studied them, I remember you specifically said I studied them. So I'm
Right.
assuming my character would know about the whole thing of blending in with darkness type of thing.
Well,
now,
they
here's
are
a question, and
darker than darkness.
Yeah. Well, here's a question. This one that I'm looking at, now that I have a chance to kind of stop and look at it, is she making her presence very obvious?
It's not that she's making her presence very obvious. It's that, like, you've been in a cave, right? Have you ever been in a cave?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion, but like you've been in a cave and turned the lights out, right?
No. I was just saying, like, I'm assuming my character has, but I was just
no,
saying.
Right, but have you?
Technically, yes.
Okay. That's kind of an interesting answer. Not sure what to do with that.
Well,
okay,
I say it was a cave, but it was more of an underpass that was like built into a cave. It was weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one of the things, if you go and if you like close your eyes, take your hand, put it over your eyes, and like completely seal your eyes up, that is comparable to being in a cave with the lights off. It's comparable. I think it might actually be still a tad bit darker in a real cave. It's actually terrifyingly dark. Like if all the lights go out in a cave, if you drop your flashlight breaks, dude, you don't know dark. You don't know dark till then. Queenslings are so dark that even in that situation, you'd still be able to make it out. It's subtle, but you'd be able to see her move. So, like, she's probably going to be sticking to shadows where it's like, it's a slightly darker shadow. If you're not really looking, you're going to miss her. However, what's your cunning stat at? I think that's another question.
D6 again, technically.
Okay.
Probably should be higher, but
it's above average. So you know to look, and you know where to look, and you do find her. She is curiously far away from them, which is also odd, because normally she's right next to them, or she's in their shadows. She's not in their shadows. She's actually like, I don't know, a good 60 or 70 feet away from them, up against a wall. She shouldn't be doing that.
This is what she wants me to do. I have a feeling this is an ambush.
Okay.
I just, with Melny's whole like mercenary thing, with this kind of setup that he's noticing, that would just be a logical conclusion he would kind of draw. Simply because this kind of seemed like a bait tactic you would use by drawing in someone with the power to destroy you while waiting to ambush them. Because, as we have previously stated, she is definitely faster than me, and if she hits me, I'm probably not going to
live. It won't tickle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's obviously dangerous. One of them is dangerous, but now that I'm assuming there's multiple ones, that's not good. Because even if I take out one, there might be another one waiting right behind me for all I know.
Sure. So what are you going to do?
Hell, I'm in the shadows right now. There might be one next to me.
I confirm or deny at the moment. You'd have to actually take the time to look in the middle of a combat situation. We both know how that works.
I have the power!
It's not Skeletor.
No.
So what do you want to do now that you know that? Now that you have that information.
I'm not okay. So is there a way, just in terms of like my character, would he think there's a way he could possibly go back to the Minotaurs and like basically tell them, hey, withdraw.
I mean, you could. You'd have to get back around them, but that wouldn't be too terribly difficult.
If it's not too terribly difficult, I would do that. I want to make it clear I am not trying to run away. I am literally doing a tactical withdrawal. Because they specifically said running away. I am doing a withdrawal so I can give them this new information that I believe I have uncovered.
Sure. And let me think. How would that go? In the middle of fighting, they wouldn't want to keep fighting. If you're saying I can't pull this off right now, we need to pull back. They would pull back.
Okay. As soon as we pull back, I would try to like get them all together and basically tell them, I think I have uncovered some information that is not very good.
Go on, says one of them.
I believe there may be more than one of those Queenslings down here.
How?
Well, did you notice that there were only 2 of the enthralled Minotaurs down there? She was standing out in the open, not in their shadows, along with the fact that a Queensling never splits her horde, and we have heard reports of 6 of them being down here. And specifically, she has 2, and oh my god, there might be.
Look at you, and they say, how could she have...
I literally my face drops and I literally say that out loud, like, oh my god, there might be 3. There's 6 and she has 2. Oh god.
They actually, for a second, they give you a look and they say, well, maybe the others are dead. Maybe the others have been killed. We don't have real time, one of them says, but we don't have real time information. We don't know if the others haven't been caught yet. Maybe the others were killed and we're just upon the last 2. Did you ever think of that?
Well, yes, I did. But the issue with that is, from what I'm noticing, this seems a little too... Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it seems a little too obvious. The way she's standing out, not in the shadows, the Queensling always sticks to the shadows. They never split a horde. They never split anything. She would be close to her horde, too. Any other Queensling I've ever read about, they always stick in the shadows of their minions. This one isn't. Something is screaming in the back of my head this might be an ambush. And if I rushed in to kill her, there's no telling if maybe there's more waiting for me right now. And that would be horrible for you, because then if I was taken down, they might overwhelm you. And I made a promise to help you, and I'm going to help you. And I want to make sure I actually help
you. So I guess what's your empathetic at? The stat.
I believe it's a D6 actually. Let me look. Hang on. Let me look.
Sure.
Ooh. It's probably supposed to be higher. Or D3, probably supposed to be higher. Sorry, my
No, that sounds about right, actually. Okay, so next question. Do you have any form of a diplomacy skill at all?
Let me look. Maybe leadership, which is at a D6?
Leadership could work 6. Okay, so your empathetic being so fucking low, doesn't
Which I mean,
help.
is in character.
Right. I mean,
To be
yes.
fair.
So like you're delivering the speech and it's like, you're going, I care about you. And you're like one of the least caring people around. So it just doesn't
Oh
like,
no, I never said I cared. I said I made a promise. I don't go back on a promise. Now I might monkey paw you,
sure.
everything, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I have never gone back on my word, technically. Did say I was going to win the favor of those two empires, and when I got rid of most of their commanding staff, I won their favor.
Thank you for that. But fortunately, your leadership is high enough to where you're able to pull off some level of charisma with them. So despite the somewhat clumsy initial, they're like, okay, well, now what? Now what do you want us to do?
With my D6 tactics, I want to actually ask this. Is there something I'm... Okay, so I have a D6 tactic, so I would assume I'm still an above average tactician here.
Right.
But
yes.
I know this territory, obviously. This is not something I would really know much about. I would actually turn to them and tell them, I can devise a plan, but I need your help. And I need you to tell me what you can that might... How do I explain this? I need you to tell me if there is the possibility of where they might go if there were more than one, is the best way I can put this. I don't know how else to put it. But
they say without even really thinking about it. Oh, the nursery. That way.
The nursery.
Well, yes, we're a communal people. There are no familial units like with your race. We raise them all communally. So there's a community nursery, which you've seen just out of character. You've seen these spots, but you didn't put two and two together to be like, oh wait, there aren't families of Minotaurs. They don't have clans. They don't have clans the way you would expect.
I just say, oh, so is there a reason they might try to aim for the nursery at all, or is there something maybe hidden within the nurseries that they might be after? I don't mean to pry into private information. I'm just wondering if there's something that might help me put two and two together as to what they're after, and if this could be a trap.
It's just easy prey. As soon as you're in, you just have the kids. They can't really do. I mean, unless one of them has something to cut her with. So if there's still multiple ones, and if nobody's looking, one of them says, "If I was her, that's where I would go." Kind of gives sort of a shrug, like, I mean, if I had to guess, that's where I would go.
I will do something. So with my tactics, with this new information, being that I'm a tactician with my demonology and all the above average stuff I know, could I possibly myself put two and two together to see if maybe what he says could hold some validity?
Yes, it is possible. It is possible that a Queensling would be thinking in that tactical of terms. There is one problem, and it jumps out at you immediately. Like what they're saying makes sense, except for one issue.
That the kids are probably dead already.
Not only are they probably dead, if there's more than that, which means that they've moved on. But you don't have a single recorded incident of a Queensling ever splitting thralls. They don't share thralls. Even if there were multiples, they don't share. They just help the others get more. So, like, either her thralls died or there's something else going on. And there was like they were all grouped around the one before, and no one else has reported any other deaths. So there's something going on, and you're missing a piece, and you don't know what the piece is. Go
There's
the um
there's there's something else down here. Or another phenomenon is happening that I don't know about, but because of this information, now I'm thinking. I like go over and I like plant the sword into the ground, just kind of thinking for a second. And I look over. I'm still watching what she's doing, because trying to keep an eye on that so I know if I need to tell them to retreat or whatever.
sure.
And then I kind of turn and I ask him, the Undermaze, does it have anything else that you know of that lives down here that you might not have, that you might avoid?
Lots of things. Tons of things. That's part of why we're here. We're partially here to make sure that none of that gets out. Queenslings are the least of our problems.
I really hope this activity hasn't stirred up some of that.
No comment.
I just literally just go, and then I think about it for a second. I'm like, fuck, she might be trying to get away from something.
Well, she starts to
We
crawls.
we
You're
are
out of time.
we are so fucked.
It ain't good because she ain't acting like a normal Queensling at all. Now she's advancing with the thralls in front of her.
You know what? Screw this. Go back to doing what you were doing. I'll try to take her out.
Okay, they charge, and you kind of get around like before, and the instant you do that, you hear thud, 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 thud behind you.
How's it going?
You missed it. While your back was turned, the thralls killed all of them way too quickly. They should not have been able to do that. Like you watched the last one go down. That thrall was not moving like a thrall. He's moving like the wind. His Minotaur that he was fighting they had no idea it was coming. It's now just you versus two thralls who now seem to be moving a good deal more like, a good deal more agilely than you would have anticipated, and a Queensling coming in. All at you at the same time.
Here's an actual question, and this is just something I'm asking because of like my demonology here. Are Queenslings sentient, or are they like just like more nature type thing?
They're actually sapient. They have their own language. They are a race of creature that has been encountered.
Funnily enough, I just looked to her because I mean, at this point, I'm kind of screwed if I, try and fight back because I can't really fight at this moment. Because if they move that fast, I realistically could maybe take out one, and that would be it.
Sure.
I could, I guess, take the chance and charge her, but if I miss her, I'm screwed too. And technically, well, actually, no, she's aware of me now, so.
Right. But it's either you charge her or you charge someone else. I mean, it's one or the other.
I do ready my blade just in case. And I say something. athlete, I say something, and I'm gonna ask in my demonology, would I be able to not necessarily speak her language, but maybe at least know a few things that I could try and say?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. A few broken phrases here and there. You know, where's the bathroom? That sort of thing.
Las biblioteca es roja.
Something like that, exactly. Something like that.
I get to the afterlife. So how did you die? I asked her where the bathroom was. I thought I was saying, "Hey, I need to talk to you," and it turns out I was insulting her.
Yep. I
I
mean, this
really
out
should
this
have paid
out
attention. I really
out.
should have paid attention in demonology class.
Boom. So what do you say? What do you say to her?
In like a broken phrase, I literally just asked her, like as clearly as I can, but obviously I can't speak to her fluently. But I try and make it the words. I just ask her, how do I phrase it? I'm trying to phrase this correctly.
Well, shoot it past me, and we'll.
I basically I ask her this. I just ask her as I hold my blade up. I'm not threatening her. I'm trying to be careful here.
Well,
I do have the blade because I mean it's kind of like more. I'm trying to show her like I'll try and take you with me if I do this. She can tell that I'm not gonna win all that fight.
you're really breaking up, by the way. Like
And I
it
ask
all of a sudden got really, really, really bad.
oh, I'm sorry. You keep no. It's because you keep going in and out. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Your
sorry.
camera keeps flickering. Am I any better?
For the moment, yeah. I'm not
Is
sure
it
what's
better
going
now,
on.
or am I still?
I just think your
Yeah, you
connection.
just cut out.
I think your connection sucks.
It
Oh
probably
well.
fucking does. I don't know. Anyway, I basically just ask her this. I just tell her I don't want to fight if you'll just speak to me. Now, I'm also gonna add on to that, add on to the phrase, and just tell her if you're gonna kill me, I can't really do anything against you and all that. I know that. I am clearly inferior, but I want to know if I can at least speak to you first before we jump to that. Because I want to know what's happening right now. Again, it can be like it's broken, but that's the message I'm trying to convey, basically.
Sure.
That's not exactly what I'm saying, but that's what I'm trying to get across.
So she all of a sudden starts speaking perfect Farron, which you've never heard a Queensling do, in a really, really gravelly masculine voice. The voice says, "You can talk in your mother tongue, you know, Melanie."
You are quite different from anything I have read about. You are very fascinating. I like to say that, like in my native tongue. I know I should be shocked, but I'm more like, this is kind of awesome. If I'm gonna die, this is great.
I have a nerd out moment as part of my death. Yes. And you say that, and this odd laughter comes from the thralls. The thralls say in the same voice at the same time, "Oh, this isn't normal. But what you did to all of us wasn't normal either, was
Oh
it?"
no. Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, it was actually pretty brilliant if you think about it.
But the voice is starting to sound familiar. You can't quite place it, though. Not quite yet. It doesn't. Something isn't adding up. You know this. You know this person from somewhere.
The Queensling or the Thralls?
The voice, which is coming out of all three of them.
You say gravelly masculine voice?
Yep.
Captain!
Nope. Nope. He's now the head. He's now the head Death Knight of everybody. Good job on that one. But no.
I told you. 4D chess. 4D chess. And I am losing.
Yes, you are. But the voice laughs. He says, "I can't believe it. After all the terrible things you did to my men and to me, and you don't even remember me. You don't even remember my name."
So I paused for a second. I'm like, I did terrible.
You completely cut out there.
I did. Sorry, you did too. I just go. I did terrible things to you, like used voice.
Still cutting out.
Did I cut out again?
Yep, it got really, really, really bad.
Okay, so anyway, I asked him, I did terrible things to you, and like a confused voice with like the arched eyebrow and everything. God damn.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You don't remember me.
Yeah, I don't get.
You don't remember any of us. And all of a sudden, these different voices come out, and these all sound familiar. They're all fair and accented voices. This is all like, and then there's like an Argenti that jumps out too. Like, there's a whole bunch of different voices coming out as they slowly start to come in. They're slowly starting to like back you into a corner.
I just go, do you have any idea how little any of this narrows it down? I'm like trying to think for a moment. I'm like, I don't think I remember the names, but I think I remember what I did. Are you all that I locked outside? Because technically that was a political maneuver.
And
I mean, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
And one of them, the first voice goes, "I'm Sir Kevin, one of the knights that you locked outside and refused to let in as the dragon devoured us. How can you not remember?"
I'm going to be entirely fair with you. I kind of made that decision to try and save the civilians, which did not help. It kind of got worse from there. Gonna be entirely fair, I probably could have handled that better.
I could have handled that better.
I don't know if that's what I would really say, but it's just one of those things where I'm like kind of trying to think, and I'm like, I really didn't see what else I could have done, because then the dragon would have come in and killed everybody. Realistically, I could not have fought it. Although technically, no, that wouldn't have worked either. I don't know why, but I'm imagining they're all just looking at each other. This is anticlimactic.
Like they actually are stunned through this. Like they're just totally stunned by just the raw something in that statement. And the voice that is Sir Kevin says, "You could have handled it better. You sacrificed two armies.
Yes, I did.
You locked thousands of people out of the city. It was a genocide."
Well, technically, a genocide is if I do it willingly. That one was more of trying to weigh the pros and cons there.
The pros and the cons.
What I was trying to do was save the civilian. Well, what I was trying to do was save the civilian populace, which I tried to outweigh with that. So I didn't really know how to do that because I thought the dragon was going to come in and kill a bunch of innocent people. I thought it was going to kill everybody anyway. So when I locked it out, it sort of did this thing where it flew away. So I thought maybe that was what it wanted. And I thought maybe I did a good job on that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not used to being a king. I don't know why, but I have a feeling they're like, this is the man that killed us. He didn't know what he was doing.
Oh my god.
This is the most, they probably just like, this is the most anticlimactic thing ever.
What my god. He backs off and he says, they actually stop and they back off a little bit. And the Queensling, coming out of the Queensling, Sir Kevin's voice comes out and he says, That's your rationale.
Honestly, it's not a rationale. It's just a string of events that I really could have done better.
Let me put it this way.
In fact, I actually cut him off. I'm like, you know what? I think about it. There is no rational reason as to why I did it.
What? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, all right.
In fact, come to think of it, I don't think there is a rationale. I think I'm just an idiot.
You say this out loud.
Basically, kind of. I mean, it's more or less just like, I'm not trying to say, like, it wasn't a rational decision, because, again, I was kind of trying to think about the civilians at the same time. It was more or less a lapse in judgment. But no, I basically just tell them, honestly, I don't believe there is a rationale. I have no rationale. I was doing what I thought was correct at the time. I thought I was saving some people who were actually innocent, but it turns out I only made the problem worse. I was always told being a king included hard decisions. I thought I was making a hard decision. Turns out I only made the situation worse.
So, let me put it this way. If you don't defy, you're going to die.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was just having a fun conversation, because, I mean, if I'm gonna die, I might as well go out as an indifferent asshole.
So, they're all three charging you. If you don't roll, you die. It's just that simple. Death.
I know. I don't have any dice on me, though, do you?
What the hell is with you? 1 second. All cylinders tonight. Ugh. Okay, so agile. What's your agile stat?
Hang on, I gotta look. D6.
D6. Okay. What skill are you going to use to try and get out of the way?
Skill or a stat?
Well, I picked the stat, so I told you it was going to be agile. So skill.
How about my D8? Can I use my D8 sword using the sword to try and get out?
Yeah. And then and then obviously you're using the sword, which is a D12. All right. Now, you have to make the case. Well, there's really not much of a case to make for using the top two, but you can try, because you currently have three things that are faster than you, that are coordinated, coming at you, trying to hem you in. How many fate points do you have? Do you remember? Do you still have that?
Let me look in my journal. I'm going to cut out for a second.
Okay, sure.
I have 9.
9? Okay, this is a good thing. All right, so just keep that in mind, because that may be your only way of getting out of this. Because unless you have some like ridiculously good explanation for why you're able to get past 3 coordinated things, one of which is definitely faster than you, you're taking the bottom 2.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
Okay, all right. The DC, because it's book 3, is 9. So you have to
Yes.
get 9 or better on the bottom 2 of these 3 dice. Da, 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 da. Holy shit.
Bad.
No, not bad. Like unexpected. Here's the D6 result. Here's the D8 result.
Yay!
Here's the D12 result.
Yay!
So you just
Yay!
rolled a 12. You just got a 12.
Yay!
Like, what the hell? What was that?
Tasha, you roll through me today. If you want, Tasha, thank you very much. Next time you play, don't take my luck.
So at this point, because you rolled actually apeshit bonkers, if you do not reduce the margin to 0, you're going to get a really, really, really big twist. So if you want like a stupidly big, like unrealistically holy crap twist, spend down. But if you want something that's straight out of Myth, well, here we are.
I'm kind of thinking what would be better for the story.
How about for you?
4D chess.
No.
In fact, you know what? Actually, I'm not even playing 4D chess at this point. I'm playing 4D chess, but I turned over the board and I shot somebody, and then they shot me, and now we're both bleeding out in a ring somewhere.
Something like that, yes. All right, let's hit. So,
all right.
Do you want to lower it?
So how do I spend?
You just spend.
I was going to ask you how.
Spend 3. You're now at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got 9. I'll spend 3.
Okay, cool. So that's just down to like an extraordinarily large thing. It's not like the end of the world, but if you had kept it at it, it would have been like end of world problems. All right, hit the books. Let's see what the twist is. I've got the knight comes in under flag of truce. What do you got?
Here we go. All right. I will stick by my son's side. Yay! Are you there?
Yeah, I will stick by my son's side. This is something extraordinary. So you get out of the way, right? And you're free of it, and you're able to actually like retreat. When that happens, a bunch of Minotaurs come in to come and fight, and the voice says to them, he kills a couple of them very easily, and he offers a deal. If you just give me Melanie, I'll leave you alone. There.
Wait,
there's your twist.
I was going to say, who is this?
So the Sir Kevin voice, who's taken over, who has just proved to the Minotaurs that it's actually a lot worse than it looks, just offered, if you just give me Melanie, I'll leave you alone.
Okay. I mean, they're obviously going to take that.
Are they? That's up to you.
Well, I mean, like realistically, would they even have a reason not to take that deal?
You are
Um,
the you were the one chosen to save Soda City, according to them. They may not like you, but like as far as they're concerned, the flame is spoken. You're someone to protect, even if they don't like you.
I stand up. I don't really stand up defiantly, but I like have the sword drawn, and I just go. You, I actually turn to the Minotaur slightly, like as I had the blade held out, and I tell them, you know, I'm not a good person, as you know, but I suppose I could at least try to do something right for once in my life. If you, if it will protect you, you can run. I'll stay here. I'll fight them. I don't care. But I at least want to give back to the people that helped me at one point. And I just want to say this, even though I'm like my empath and all is low, this is actually me trying to change. This is not like me trying to manipulate them. This
Right,
is like
right. No,
genuine,
no, they can
like
they
this is
can tell.
actually like me doing like a genuine kingly stance at one point.
Jeez, man. Okay. That's awesome. That's really, really, really cool. Um, the Minotaurs look at you and they say very, very, very simply, that sword cannot fall into their hands. It's really that simple to them. They clearly can tell that you're being genuine. And we're going to talk about you changing a belief after that because there's no way you can. There's no way you can't not. That was too cool. Um,
I look to
but
them and like I do look to them when they say that. I grip the sword tightly and I just tell them, if I have to, I'll leave. But just understand one thing. When I say this, I will do what this blade has chosen me for. And I will honor this place. I will change. I will do what I must. And I promise on all of them that were lost here, that I will become the king that I must be.
well, they're not backing down after that. Sorry, that's not happening. That's
No,
not
I
happening.
know. I
That's
wasn't trying to get them back down. That was basically me saying, like, if what they just said is true, like, I'm kind of putting two and two together. They're basically saying, hey, you gotta go. Like, we'll stay here, but you gotta go, basically.
right.
And that's
Well,
just basically me literally promising them I will honor them and I'm going to become the king that I am supposed to be.
they form ranks before you, and they say, "Restore Soda City to its former glory."
I will. And with that, I go off.
With that, you
And
run like hell. You get the fuck out of there. Because
it's
there's
not
no
just,
way.
it's, so I mean, if we like in there, I just want to narrate the fact that as I'm running,
No, 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 no.
I actually have tears streaming down my face right now for the first time in my life.
Yeah, that's a yep, yep, yep. I mean, that was pretty fucking incredible. We're gonna cut it there. You leave, um, and as you leave, you you hear the cries, and you hear it all. You hear the fighting, you hear the curses, you hear the crunching of bones. By the time you're not able to hear it anymore, you are so far into the fucking undermaze that you have no idea how you're ever going to get out of there. You are lost in the undermaze.
I'll find a way.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's why we're cutting it. I think
that was not where I thought that was. Oh, he's gone again. That was not where I thought that was going to go, folks. It just wasn't. Man, we're all having network problems tonight. Network problems. I'm right now writing down a few things. So that was nuts. This is why I love this game. I mean, I had no idea that was coming at all. I thought Melanie was just going to stay a straight up asshole, but apparently facing him with the consequences of his decisions was quite effective. Quite effective. So we'll see. We'll see if he figures out that he got booted. He tried calling. That didn't work. So for anyone who watches this later, this is just part of what I love about the game. This is just, he changed. And I didn't see it coming. I had no idea he was going to do that. I don't think he knew that he was going to. I think he wanted Melanie to stay a Machiavellian throughout the whole thing. And I think he just got this huge, huge kick to not be. Let me try and call for a second. 1 second. Now I'm on stream? All right, 1 second. We're calling him. I got him on speaker. Let's see what we can pick up. What a weird evening. Hello?
All right, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's really terrible.
Yeah, man. I really don't get that.
Okay, well, it's just a bad night. Why don't you let me think. Let's just run through your beliefs really quick, and then you can message me what you're going to change one of them to, because one of them has to change. That's not a question. So we've got, I abandoned my post. I must put aside feelings to secure my true seat. You just broke that one hard. Do you think so?
Yes, that's the one I was going to replace.
Okay. You get 2 bullet points for that one. So you get 2 fate.
I was going to say no. Yeah. 2 fate.
Okay. 2 fate.
2 fate. Right.
One of those each.
So that'd be 9, 6, so 8 altogether.
Right. 8 so far, but one of them needs to be what you did, and one of them needs to be why you did it. Message me both of those later, so that way I can put them in my journal too. I mean, we're apparent. Tasha's out on network stuff as well, so apparently just everyone is just being fucked by internet tonight, except for me for whatever reason. So here we are. So that's the first one. So you're changing the first one. That's 2 fate. When I became king, I assassinated multiple assets. I must learn to use pawns in order to win the game. You did that, and you did cause chaos with it. So that's a fate point. So you get one bullet point for that. So you're currently back up to 9.
Okay.
The third one is I saw the group almost fall apart and learned one of them died twice. Good old Alistair, right? Dying all over the place. I must do what must be done to help protect them. That one I don't think that one came up that much.
It really didn't. I never really mentioned them.
Right. I mean, it just couldn't have. So not that bad, but whatever, it happens. As far as playing into your traits, I think you did a good job of that. I think that up until about the last like 5 minutes of the session, I was just going to give you a fate point for, showing up and role playing, but those last 5 minutes just hit me in the gut. So we're gonna make that 2. Like up in like the last 5 minutes were amazing, but we're all kind of we're just making do with what we got. So that should put you at 11 fate. And so I'm gonna get off this call because it's gonna screw up the screw up the stream. But message me that stuff when you're done. I'll get it into my journal too. And that was an unexpectedly poignant session, man. That was awesome.
That was great. I finally saw an opportunity. I was like, you know what? I think this is going to be epic for RP. Let me try it.
Oh, man, it was awesome. It was great. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to kill this call, and then I'm going to get off the stream, all right?
Yeah, man. Just message me tomorrow. I'll try to get you the stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, you got it, man.
All right.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. There you have it. So that is, I mean, literally everybody else is just having ridiculous rolling internet problems right now. But that was awesome. That was great. I really, Melanie was going cold-blooded for a while. It's really cool to see that start to like turn around as he's like realizing that like all of these horrible things weren't even done. I think this is just me. I think I was rather taken aback by the admission that it wasn't even done out of being a cold-blooded killer. It was just the realization that he tried to do the best he could and he wasn't being cold-blooded about it. I think that's what did it. I mean, Jesse can tell me later, but I thought that was really cool. So for anyone who watches this later, thank you so much for tuning in. And watching as everybody's internet goes to hell. So, this is Spider from Crescendo Games. This was the 3rd chapter of The Dragon's Fire, Book 3. Talk to you guys later. Or